I was asked to say a few words basically about a message to our governments in the up-and-coming election, and I guess the first thing really is that the 2010 election will see the most diverse and inclusive range of prospective MPs in British history. And I'm sure you'll all agree that all the parties should be commended for this. However, according to the House of Commons research papers, the last two elections have seen the lowest voter turnout since the Second World War. With the next election growing ever closer, political voice and participation are needed more than ever. A vast chasm has formed separating the government and its electorate with regard to many policies, directed both at home and abroad. Political disillusionment has also led to divides at the far right, both in parliamentary politics, in the BNP, and on our streets, such as the English Defence League. Meanwhile, anti-terror legislation and other forms of security legislation, such as the expansion of the DNA database and stop and search powers of police, have provoked condemnation from the European Court of Human Rights, in addition to human rights organisations and the affected communities, who have been disproportionately targeted by this legislation in a manner not dissimilar to Thatcher's sus laws. Therefore, engagement with both sides of the racial divide is crucial in the up-and-coming election, and I urge the government to respond to the fundamental grievances shared by both groups. Official figures show that unemployment is at a 14-year high, and with many more fearing for their jobs, the government needs to take the initiative in creating much-needed employment in these times of crisis. The fear among black and minority ethnic workers they will be the last to be hired and the first to be sacked, as well as many on the right who are clutching onto a perceived threat of immigration, is not a condition which Britain will be able to prosper and progress in the coming decade. Britain's fight against educational disadvantage has been thwarted by the creation of academies, which many, including the Institute of Public Policy Research, believe will further segregate our school system. This is further undermined by the proposal of increased university top-up fees, discouraging the most disadvantaged from pursuing higher academic qualifications. This will only serve to hold back our country and its economy as a whole, perhaps saving financial resources in the short term, but losing out on much-needed human resources in the medium and long term. Therefore, there can be no doubt that addressing these basic and legitimate appeals from the UK public will not only bolster a strong and politicised electorate on which this country has so long been based, but also open up the much-needed opportunities for substantial social and economic improvements. Having the opportunity to engage with our French counterparts today reminds us that our countries have very much in common. I'm certain there is a lot we can learn from each other, enjoying both a rich democratic history as well as a shared vision for a more equal and just future. Thank you.